So, so 3, 2, 1. Fail. And it works. Hey guys, it's Frank Darty, and yeah, I'm going to be having a special little video for you guys. I figured since I now own 3 of these pull stations, I will show you what's different about each of them. I'm talking about my Simplex TBars. I have this one. This is my newest one. That one, which is broken. And then my 4251, which I have over here. So, yeah, let's get into the video. Alright guys, so to start off this video, I guess I'd just like to say today is officially my birthday. I celebrated it yesterday with my one side of the family, and my parents just decided to give this to me for my birthday. So, yeah. And I already knew what it was because they'd sent me the wrong thing, but it's really not important. I'm just happy I got this. It's still nice. But, I'm just going to kind of explain the difference between all of these pull stations. And we're going to start out with the oldest one here. And my personal favorite. I only stopped recording, but whatever. Now, this is my personal favorite pull station and personal favorite out of all 3 of these. But, you know. But, here we have the Simplex 4251-20. As you can see, like, it says 4251, but right there, it has that little 20 right there. And it is a little dirty on the top, but, yeah, and I got this from SLB Productions, and also the fire alarm lettering starting to wear off a little bit. I could repaint that sometime, but anyway, I've had this for, I think since probably early summer, so I've had this for maybe 4 or 5 months, but yeah. So you pull it down like any normal T-bar. This is the 2nd generation, by the way. And to reset it, you turn it to the left, you open it, and because of the spring in there, the T-bar flips back up. Now, this button is normally closed, and this little part right here is what's holding it shut. And when this part right here flips, it allows the button, you see that little edged piece right there? The button goes into there, and it is open. So when it's pushed in, it's a closed circuit, but when it's opened, that's when the circuit is complete. I think I said that right, but if I didn't, please correct me. But anyway, once again, pull it, turn to the left, reset. These pull stations were made somewhere between the late 70s, early 80s. They're really good. There's multiple versions of them, but yeah, this is just the normal good old 4251-20 that everyone loves. Next, we have my first 2099. It's basically the same principle. You pull it. This one is extremely dirty. Just have never gotten a chance to clean it. There's really no point because it's broken. Turn to the left, open it, same thing. The spring is built a little differently in this one, but the button is the same. Yeah, this thing is really dirty. And as you can see, there's the model of it right there. So, and I'm going to try to get some wires into this thing along with my Simplex Chevron, because I really like these pulls, this and that other pull station, because they both bring back memories, because they were some of my first pull stations. But another thing to notice is the plastic that this thing is made of is extremely cheaper than that of the 4251-20. If we go over here, I forgot to mention this before. This thing is the most well-built pull out of all of them. See, look, the plastic is a lot thicker, not to mention it's a lot redder. It's a little dirty in there, I'll clean that later. But, yeah, I have to actually clean all my alarms. I haven't done it yet, and I was told I should, but when I get a chance, I'll do it. But, yeah, it's a lot better made. This metal back is kind of similar. Like, here's a good look at the metal back. Here's this one. It's kind of similar, but different at the same time. But this thing is built a lot cheaper. They get the job done, but honestly, I like the older stuff better. And this is starting to fade a little bit on the T. But oh yeah, also, That's another thing I just actually realized. Oh wait, no, never mind. Alright, never mind. I thought I noticed something, but I just remembered. Never mind. But let me actually pull something out for a minute. Hang on, guys. I just want to show you guys right here. These are just some of the demolished T-bars I've had. This is just the cover to one. It's completely busted. This one here, the spring little thing that screw place, those are busted. Doesn't have a lock. I don't know where I put the lock. I'll have to find it, but yeah. This one is actually in the best condition out of all the three. This thing could have the potential of working again. Either I need to get a new button, put more wires onto it, and just get a new spring, and it can work again. And this actually was a 4251-21. Wherever I put my keys, they're in here. Oh no, they're not in here. Where did I put my keys? I'll just use this for now. But yeah, this thing does have the potential to work again. But as you can see, if you look in here, it says 21. So I actually did have one. And apparently they were 4-wire. They are 4-wire for those who have one. But I didn't know that, and these were kind of like demolished before I knew how to wire everything up. But, you know, I want to try to fix this. And you can see the fire lettering on this side is actually completely faded. So it almost looks like it says alarm. But whatever. Then we will move on to the newer Simplex T-bar, in which I stated in the other video, if you didn't hear me. But this speed key, for some odd reason, does not work with this 2099. Like, it works with this one perfectly. But this one is, I believe, newer. Obviously, it's newer. Like, I don't know, like, newer. Alright, this is what I mean, newer. It's, okay, I don't know why that's on my window. That's outside, but whatever. This is newer because A, of its condition. It was like brand new in box. Brand new in box. But this thing is actually, this thing works a lot differently than other 2099s, and I need to find my keys because I cannot use the that key. Oh, there they are. I can't use that key for some odd reason on this, but I can use this key on any of the T-bars, which is weird. But as you can also notice, this one turns to the right. But so you look, this says 2099 9754. This is obviously a newer model. This is just the regular, this is the regular conventional Simplex T-bar. They're really common. You shouldn't have a problem finding them. This one in particular, how it's built, I don't know when it was made. Probably within the last 10 years, and that's actually not old. This one was made in the 90s. That one was made like 70s, 80s. But this is the same exact model, except it's older, because as you can see, the older T-bars, and I'll actually show you for this as well, they have the yellow sticker for the label, but this one has a white sticker. And as you can see, here, let me reset this real quick, because literally the T-bars, they work like the same way. Pull it like that, pull it like that, and then this one resets the same way, except for you turn the normal ones turn to the left. I don't know if the newer ones turn to the right, but I have honestly never seen this before. I put the key in and I was trying to turn it to the left, and I was like, huh, that's interesting. But let me close this a little bit. But yeah, it was interesting. But anyway, yeah, I still have that up. But anyway, usually if you go into a Simplex, like usually if you see these around, if you see these in a building, the older 4251s, and you can tell the difference because of A, how red it is, and also the older Simplex logo that doesn't have the little symbol right there. And also, I believe the font is all capitals for that, and these are like all lowercase except for the S. But yeah, they all work really good, except for the newer ones are cheaper because they're just made of cheaper material, which I do not like, these were like the best ones that you could possibly get, and they still are. But I don't know. But they thought that they were going somewhere with the newer ones, and really they weren't. But they still work, and this, as you can see, still has the same mechanism as that, but that one has an older mechanism for the T-bar. And as you can also see, the T-bar itself is made of, let me actually close this real quick. The T-bar for this is made of cheaper metal. There's also grooves in it. Also back there as well, that I believe is the same for this. Come on. Oh, wait. Yep, it's the same for this. It might be a little different. I'm not sure. No, it's the same. But as for this one, this thing is not hollow at all. It's completely full plastic, and there's no grooves here. And it works really good. Sometimes this, I don't know if it's just the one I have, but sometimes if you insert the key, I don't know if it's going to do it now, but sometimes if you just like insert the key or like touch it in the lock, it'll like the T-bar will just go up for some reason. Why that is, I don't know. But that could just be a defect with mine, but it doesn't happen all the time, and it hasn't happened recently, so that's a good thing. But honestly, and I can say this for just about any firearm collector who has both this and that, these are built a lot better than these. But you know what? It doesn't really matter. And there are a lot more variants, I believe, for this as well. I'm not actually sure. These come in addressable models, glass break models with the little hammer on it. Here it actually shows on the instruction label. Of course, I dropped it. The instruction label right there, it's the break glass. That's a dual action piece. And also the newer ones can have like little stickers on them, like clean agent release, extinguishing system, carbon dioxide sprinkler, like basically like a fire suppression system, or yeah, something like that. But it can be put over the label if I'm not mistaken. But and they also have the newer addressable ones with the little hole right there with the LED. Yeah, these things Simplex honestly gets a little stupid with their newer stuff. But with these, they had a key activation only one, which was usually used in hospitals or prisons because they didn't want any false alarms. There's this little black cover covering this entire squared area, so you couldn't pull it. So you'd need the key to open it up and open it. And this also, if you open up a pull station with a button, you will activate it because the T-bar isn't pushing the button in. So that's how the famous key activation thing worked, because when technicians go around testing these pulls, they usually don't pull them. They just put the key in, they just turn it, open it, and the alarm will sound. But anyway, but yeah, you would need to just open it up and do it. They also had the 4251-30s, which were the break glass that had a little hammer on it. What else? They had the 4251-21Ls, which said local fire alarm like that, and I'm hoping to get one soon. They had little key stations in here. For those of you who know fire alarms, I'm not trying to get too in depth on all this stuff, but they just have so many variants of these pull stations, but for each one of these models. But you know what? I think it's safe to say these are a lot better. That's my personal opinion. I believe most of you will agree with me. But for those who don't, that's your opinion, and I respect it. But, you know. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little birthday special. I've seen a couple of videos on this, and I kind of wanted to show you the differences between these, considering the fact that even I have two newer 2099s, and they're even different from each other. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you want any more videos like this for different pull stations, horns, strobes, etc. And, yeah, thanks, guys.